Hi, this is Brent Weinbach, and I just wanted to mention that I'm taping our stand-up special in Los Angeles on June 29th. It's at the UCB Theater on Franklin, and there's a 7 o'clock show and a 9:30 show. Tickets are available now at ucbcomedy.com. I've mentioned in the past about if money's tight, to contact me and I can get you on the list. And the guest list is really kind of full at this point, but I'm trying to get more. I'm asking the venue for more guest list spots, so I might be able to get you on the guest list. But so I guess they'll contact me, um, but otherwise, get the tickets. Get tickets now, and especially if you're a good laugher, that's what I really need is some good laughers to make it look and feel good. So hope to see you there. And again, that's for Los Angeles people. If you're going to be in the Los Angeles area on June 29th.
And this is DJ Doug Pound. I'm opening for Eric Andre all through June and a little bit into July. Atlanta, Tampa, Orlando, Miami, Nashville, Montreal, Toronto, Cleveland, Denver, Salt Lake City, Boise, San Diego, Phoenix, Tucson, Anchorage, Alaska, and the final show ever in Los Angeles. Go to ericandretour.com. I want to see the pimples show up and support ya boy. We also want to mention
That
something. What's that?
Yeah, well, we want to mention. What you're going to mention this probably that this podcast is in part sponsored by HelloFresh.
Oh,
Make delicious food a priority this summer with quick, convenient recipes delivered right to your door. Just choose your meals and select a delivery date. HelloFresh handles all the meal planning, shopping, and most of the prep. So all you have to do is open your box and get cooking.
go to hellofresh.com/poundcast apps for free appetizers for life. One appetizer item per box while subscription is active. That's free appetizers for life at hellofresh.com/poundcast apps. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. We also want to mention that our show is brought to you by listeners like you because we have a Patreon page, and that is patreon.com/poundcast. Sign up today, support our show, and you can listen to the unzipped section. Every episode, we keep rolling after the free version, and we talk more and more, and we unzip our pants, and we unzip our mouths, and we let it all hang out. And
We
it's the
let
only
it
way
all
to
flow.
you can listen to all the unzips from back hundreds of years ago if you go to patreon.com/poundcast. Today we're talking to Johnny Pemberton, and we unzip today.
And we also want to mention that this episode of the Poundcast is also in part sponsored by Louisville Vegan Jerky. And you could find their product at lvjco.com. That's the Louisville Vegan Jerky Company. They've got meatless jerky, vegan jerky, okay? And they've got different flavors, and they're every month they get a new special flavor, small batch flavor, and the featured flavor of this month is Neil Hamburger Jerky. It's a hamburger style jerky, and it's co-presented by Neil Hamburger. And
It
you
says
can try.
it says here whether hungry and panicking on a desolate stretch of highway or prowling the motel vending area in the wee small hours when food is needed, my hamburger style vegan jerky hits the spot. And that's what Neil Hamburger himself says, America's Funny Man. So yeah, sorry to cut you off, Brent.
Oh, no, it's
I
all
just
good.
had to read it. He
I needed that.
this
Yeah,
is a big hit. This new
this is
flavor. You can
yeah.
taste the pickle apparently. All the hamburger flavors are in there. And you
So
can
this
get
stuff,
20% off.
yeah,
Listeners.
you sure can. It's use the code word Poundcast, and you get 20% off your order at
Your entire order.
lvjco.com.
Use the code word
Amazing
Poundcast
stuff.
at lvjco.com.
Shelf life of 9 months, bagged in the United States. Lots of other flavors to check out. Riff Raff's orange chicken, classic flavors, Smoky Carolina barbecue. The list goes on and on. Check it all out on the website, and you're going to have some fun. Or check it out at Sprouts or Whole Foods or stores like that. Stores all over, really. I think probably, you name the store, they probably have it. But yeah. So anyway, That's about it. You can check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/the Poundcast. Instagram, same thing, the Poundcast, and like that. Doug's got a Patreon also, patreon.com/Doug Pound, right?
That's right.
2 G's. And he's got editing tutorials on there, and that's pretty neat. And we also got he's on Instagram too, is Doug Pound.
That's right.
And I'm on Instagram.
On my Patreon, I just put a tour recap of the Scandinavian section of my tour. I did showed some pictures and
Pretty cool
talked about
stuff.
it. And
Pretty cool
anyway,
stuff.
we're
I'm on Instagram too, Brent Weinbach Comedy. And I've got this chicken coop live stream show I do with my sister every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We were cracking up over there. We got some crack up times on that. You might want to check that out. But anyway, yeah, man, we're going to get this episode started. Big thanks to Jack Birch, who helps us out behind the scenes and sometimes in front of the scenes. And yeah, man, we're doing Zoom, and we got Johnny Pemberton in the house, and I think it's time to just roll the clip. I guess we talked to him about him being on the show Fallout, that he's on, and other stuff.
Let's roll the clip.
Let's do it.
Doug and Brent talking to each other. Doug and Brent, what will they talk about today? Doug and Brent are talking to some pimples. Doug and Brent will talk to their friends, and Doug and Brent talking on the Poundcast.
Always do.
Okay, here we go.
Got it. Do you got it?
We are going. We are recording.
Do you got it?
Johnny, what does your hat say?
My hat says it's a logo for the CNGA, the Cherokee Nation Golf Association, I believe.
Oh, really?
I got it in Oklahoma as it was a gift. It's very unique.
What were you doing in
Right?
Oklahoma?
I was working on this TV pilot.
Was that recently?
Yeah, it was like last month, or like a little more than a month ago.
Now
I think
you're
that's what it stands for.
You're a full-blown actor now, huh?
Yeah, I'm a full-blown actor. Yeah,
I mean, now you're like really an actor. You're like,
I guess so.
no, you've always been an actor. I'm just kidding, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it just depends on what you think. It's like one of those things where it's sort of like, yeah, I guess so. I
No,
guess maybe, I guess.
what's that big show you're on?
It's called Fallout. Fallout. It's called that.
It's funny because I was looking on Reddit and
Right.
you were on the front page. Somebody was like,
Really?
I didn't expect this to be my favorite character, and it was a picture of you. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, a bunch of people have sent me that. I haven't looked at that. I don't look at anything like comments or anything, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see that. It's very flattering, to say the least. Extremely flattering.
Should we roll back the flatters? Let me see that
No.
shirt.
The shirt? Oh, this is who you know who this is.
Oh, you got the Catatonic Youth, the new one?
I got it, baby. Yeah, I got the new one.
I got the old one.
I had
got-
the old one, but my old one got olded. You know what I mean? It got messed. It got like time destroyed it.
Yeah, I don't think
I
I can
wore
wear
it too
white
much.
shirts anymore. They just get
They get beat up.
beat up. I got to wear black.
Yeah, I like both. I feel like sometimes I'm in a black mood and I want to wear black pants and I want to wear a black shirt. Sometimes I'm in like, oh, I look good in the white.
I want to wear white. I'm just saying they just get dirty too quick. And what am I gonna do? Go bleach my whites?
I think you got to clean up your lifestyle. You got to be more careful. You got to be more considerate.
No, I got to live in the world and just get dirty if I have to.
Do you have to have some play clothes like kids have?
Can't be changing outfits every time I want to do something.
How about some dump clothes, some special clothes? Because you have problems getting dump splash on there.
I should probably have a full outfit for when I eat.
Yeah. I remember Eddie Pepitone years ago talking about how he had an eating shirt. And I was like, that didn't make much sense to me, but now it does.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, I always have a problem with eating.
I need eating shirt, eating pants.
Mm-hmm.
I see people wiping their hands on their shirt.
Oh, that's a real pro
And,
move right
and
there.
pants, that is.
Yeah.
Food. We're talking food.
Yeah. Pro
And
move.
I saw it just the other day, and I saw, man, there was all these potato chip, kind of, potato chip powder or whatever, just
Oh,
little granules or whatever, all over his pants. I thought, you don't care about that, huh? Okay.
skip to my loo.
Johnny, you were saying something about your AirPods. You were trying to use AirPods and it wouldn't work.
Yeah, they wouldn't connect.
I'm annoyed with my AirPods because on the way home from the tour, the Europe tour,
Yeah.
I'm looking for my AirPods and I'm like, oh man, I don't have my AirPods.
Mm-hmm.
So then you can like do the Find My.
Yeah.
I looked on my app.
They were
And
in your ears.
they were in Brighton, England, which was like, several shows. It was a whole nother,
Oh,
yeah. They were long gone. I called the hotel. They're like, we don't see him anywhere.
well, they didn't say, oh, we don't see them anywhere, actually, sir, Mr. Pound. We don't, honestly, have you done Find My iPods? Did they sound like that? Did they?
They didn't because they actually had a different accent. They
Was it
were
more
from-
like, was it sound like a little bit like this? Did it sound like
yeah, it was
they
more
say
like
like-
that.
kind of like a little bit of a parky sounding, I think? Yeah, something like a little bit of, I can't do that accent. That's the hardest accent to do, I think.
Which one are
No.
you trying to do?
Like the Geordie accent, the Scousey. I don't know where Brighton is, so I don't know. But you know the Scouse accent. It sounds like fucking like this. It's like it's almost
That sounds more northern.
Sounds Scottish.
yeah, it's northern.
That sounds northern. Brighton is on the bottom. I mean,
Oh, see,
Brighton is sort of.
I didn't know
south.
that. I didn't know
Oh,
that.
Brighton is a seaside town,
Mhm.
and sort of southeast.
It's where people used to party back in the day.
Oh, Brighton, yeah. Mhm.
Brighton Beach
almost-
is where Fat Boy
that's-
Slim had an album.
I almost lived there for a year.
Really?
in
Why
Brighton.
didn't you?
Because I went somewhere else instead.
Where'd you go instead?
Norwich.
Norwich.
People probably are thinking, why did you pick Norwich over
Yeah.
Brighton? It just worked out that way.
Because that's where Alan Partridge is from. Do you know that?
Right, that is right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Norwich.
that's right. Yeah, Norwich. Yeah.
How did you like
They-
Norwich?
How did I like it? Well, I mean, it was not.
It's not great.
It was whatever. It was whatever. But I met a good friend there, so that made it good for me. I mean, that
Well,
was.
My brother-in-law's from there, so I'm just curious.
Oh, really?
I
He's
never
from
heard of it
Norwich?
until he told me about it.
I'm from fucking Norwich, I tell you. I'm from fucking Norwich.
Yeah, there's.
Look
No,
at
it's
it.
not. It doesn't. That's not the accent.
I'm from fucking Norwich.
No.
It's where I'm from. I grew up there in Norwich. I love living there. Great place to leave, though. Is it like that?
Kind of a thing, yeah.
No,
in Norfolk-
No,
it's
it's,
in
more
Norfolk.
like it's just like.
It's a bit
Let's
more
get
like
some-
this.
What if we get some beers? Okay,
Okay,
and,
get some
um,
beers.
maybe we'll watch the game, and it's sort of like this,
A little bit. Watch a
But here's my
footy
point.
match.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's my point.
You left your AirPods.
I bought some new AirPods, right?
Oh, which kind? The pros?
I had the pros, and I bought new pros. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm liking them, and then I'm going to back on tour, so I'm packing up my my stuff. I go look at my toiletry kit.
They're
What
in
do I
there.
see?
Pods. Oh,
Now I got two of these bastards.
what are you gonna do with them?
Well, it turns out the new one is upgraded, so it's the new ones work better. So I'll
Is
just
the
keep
G-
them. I'll have a backup pair if I want to like
Okay,
go gardening with the crappy ones or something.
because I just bought.
These are my eating iPod. These are my eating AirPods, and these are my
Your
world traveling AirPods.
Those are your pissing pods, and the other ones are chomping.
Yeah,
pods.
these are my shit pods. So that if they fall in the toilet, it's fine.
I got a new case. I got a cheap knockoff case because I didn't want to pay, because you can't buy a brand new Generation 1 AirPod Pro replacement case anymore from Apple. Because I
Why?
lost the case, not the pods.
Why do they do such a thing?
Because they're fucking shysters, and that's how it works. And I and now I've got this replacement case, and I think it's the root of my problems is the replacement case refuses to talk to the computer.
Now, Johnny,
Yeah.
you like to garden, yes?
I love it.
What do you grow this year?
I've got a bunch of arugula going. I've got some eggplant. I've got some chives always going. I got some strawberries that are kind of kicking out pretty good.
You always got chives going.
Yeah, I always got chives. Chives, year-round chives, which is, sometimes they're better than others, but the chives are really pumping right now. Chives are a spring thing. They love the spring.
If somebody wanted to get into gardening,
Yeah.
what would you recommend? What's the entry level item?
I would say entry level item. What all depends on where you live, and it depends on what season it is. Because the biggest problem I think people face is trying to grow something in a climate zone that doesn't want to grow there, or trying to grow something during a season where it's not wanting to grow. It's like trying to grow tomatoes in the winter, or trying to grow like anything at the wrong time. It's not going to do well, and people just don't realize. Even in California, you're like, oh, the weather is so nice. It's like you can grow anything anytime. You kind of can, but the amount of light during the daylight, it tells the plant a lot. It tells the plant what time of year it is, and the plants know. So if you put something in the ground in the spring, and the daylights are getting longer, the plant knows this, and then when the daylight's getting shorter, it starts to wanting to go into fruit production. And I say you just grow stuff that you really want to eat, and also maybe one or two things that you don't really care about, just as an experiment. That way you won't try to take care of them so much. But I think it's just about knowing what to plant when, and knowing what your climate it can like. You just can't grow certain things certain places. You can try like hell, but you just can't grow.
That's understandable. Okay,
Yeah,
say
but
you live
people
in say you live in
don't get
our zone, whatever
Yeah.
our zone is.
Right.
What's an easy thing to a starter gardener to grow?
Any kind of like, well, in the winter, I would say any kind of lettuce is easy. It's pretty easy. You can throw a bunch of seed out there. If you grow from seed, it'll just take off. The best thing is radishes. Radishes are really easy to grow. Anything like a radish is easy to grow. Is very easy to grow.
Huh.
Yeah, radishes are probably the best thing to grow. Or maybe like
How do you know when they're done though? Because they grow in the ground. Like you can see when a tomato's ready.
yeah.
The radish,
Oh, we lost Brent.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
he'll
It
be
went
back.
dark. The radishes, I think when it's kind of like, I'm not sure, when they start to push out of the ground, and then you just want to pick them when you think you want to pick them early enough. If you pick them too late, they'll start to go to seed and they won't taste as good. I've done that a bunch where I just forgot about my radishes and they're like, oh, these aren't so good now, because they start to split and they start to branch out and they basically move on to the next life cycle. But when they start to push out of the ground is when they're ready to pull out. Yeah.
What was
Radishes
it?
are really easy to grow.
I just haven't seen you in a while, so I'm just
I know, I haven't seen you forever.
random questions. But
Have you
Yeah.
ever tried to grow melons?
I have actually. I've been successful growing some melons years ago. I grew a variety called the Minnesota Midget. It's a really small cantaloupe the size of about a softball. They were super good, incredibly good. I only got like maybe 4 or 5 of them.
The size of a golf ball, you said?
No, size of a softball.
Softball.
Softball. Like that
did
big, yeah.
Well, that's actually still pretty small. And did you are melons? Can you grow those in the winter?
No, that's a summer fruit. That's definitely a summer fruit.
Right,
Yeah.
you think that because watermelon and stuff, but I've heard winter melon before. I've heard that.
Well, there
phrase.
is a winter melon. I think it's a different variety, and I'm not sure about that. I don't know about that. I know that's a different type, but I know cantaloupes. God, I'm pretty sure you want to start that in the spring because it likes the heat. It's like the humidity, heat, humidity. They love that. Yeah, I would love to grow. You know what's hard to grow melons is because the pests. If you can keep like mice, rats, and squirrels away from them, then you can grow them. But there's a lot of these fruits that are just they smell. You can smell it. Smell is amazing. The animals can smell that better than you. And they will fucking eat that shit before it's ripe because I've had a lot of problems with pests.
Do animals love peppers?
No, that's the one thing they don't like
No.
typically. Yeah. That's how actually you keep animals out of the garden is you put down a bunch of red pepper and black
Is that
pepper.
right?
Yeah, that's how you keep them out because it's such a strong smell. They don't like it. Sometimes they will eat certain sweet peppers, But the hot peppers, they don't like them because they're hot.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if I told my potato story, but I grew some potatoes,
Right.
and they grew really easily. And then
Yeah,
I pulled
potatoes
them
are pretty
out.
easy, huh?
I pulled them out of the dirt at the end of the year. And then this year I didn't garden at all. I just let it go derelict. And then
Mm-hmm.
after the rains, these leaves started sprouting out of the ground,
Potatoes.
and there were more potatoes. So something was left under there
Yeah, it only takes a little bit.
that made a
Takes
new
its-
potato. And they were
Mhm.
huge too. Big old potatoes.
Probably even better than the time before.
They were. Yeah, true.
Yeah, because potatoes like poor soil. So does so do radishes actually.
This episode of the Poundcast, as mentioned earlier, is sponsored by HelloFresh. Now, what is HelloFresh? HelloFresh is a meal kit program. You decide how many meals you want a week, and they deliver the ingredients to a meal that you cook yourself. So, it comes with the recipes, and it's easy to follow recipes, and everything is pre-portioned. So you don't have to measure things out. You don't have to go to the store and shop, find all the ingredients in the store. Everything is sent. Everything you need is sent to your house, and you just follow the instructions, and you cook the meal. You get a home cooked meal, and that's what it is, and it's great food.
And it's exactly what you need because, you can wake up your taste buds and get summer ready with balanced, fit, and wholesome recipes, chock full of fresh produce and under 650 calories per serving. Right?
Yeah, and that's just one of the plans you can get. There's different diets you can get. If you're vegan or you're whatever vegetarian, or you want just to do keto or whatever. If you are, say, heading out for vacation during the summer, you can just update your delivery address, and you can enjoy the easy HelloFresh meals at your vacation destination.
Whoa,
The plans are flexible, so they work with your changing schedule.
that's cool. So if I want to go camp and go camping on the lake where Jason from Friday the 13th murdered the teenagers, they'll send it there.
Yeah, that's right. They'll send it.
That's
They'll
pretty
send
cool.
it. I think it was actually probably Jason's mom who probably
What's that?
did that.
Crystal
but
Lake? Crystal Lake.
was that? Yeah, that's right. I think that he died. Jason died I don't know what happened, but
No, he came
whatever
back to
happened,
life, right?
there was some drama at that lake. Okay, and you know what? The HelloFresh is not afraid to go there. Okay, they'll deliver. Whether teenagers were murdered at camp, or there's a deranged mom out there killing people, HelloFresh is there to.
HelloFresh will deliver wherever it's needed. And HelloFresh's pre-portioned ingredients help reduce food waste by up to 45% compared to grocery shopping because they're giving you exactly what you need to cook the meal with.
Now, that's pretty cool. So I did some HelloFresh meals recently, yeah, I made some good stuff, man. I had the pork sausage rigatoni rosa with cream cheese, zucchini, and parm. Okay, that was a cool thing, And then I had the turkey and Greek salad lettuce wraps topped with feta. That's feta cheese, and that was cool. There were, always the food is always good. I had the caprese. These were the quicker meals. Is the thing. I wanted to try the quick plan out.
You know what that reminds me of, Brent? These hip hop guys will say, "Let us rap."
Yeah, that's right. So I had the caprese chicken sandwich with arugula balsamic salad and fresh mozzarella. It's the stuff is. Hey, look, it's always good food. I'll tell you that much. It's always good food. Tasty meals.
Here's what you want to do. You want to go to hellofresh.com/poundcastapps. That's POUNDCASTAPPS for free appetizers for life. One appetizer item per box while subscription is active. That's free appetizers for life at hellofresh.com/poundcastapps.
HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Now let's get back to the program.
So where did you film Fallout? People want to know about Fallout.
We filmed it mostly in the New York area, a little bit in New Jersey. A lot of the stuff is on stages in Brooklyn, like this big stage called, I think it's called Steiner Studios. So they had a bunch of sets there. Otherwise, we went to Utah on like the salt flats of West Windover, Utah. I filmed tons of movies out there because it's this big expanse of salt flats where they tested like certain like military rocket cars and shit like
Yeah,
that.
that's where my friend goes out there every year to like race motorcycles and stuff.
Yeah, it's not a
Got
very
this-
fun place to be because there's not something there at all. It's 2 hours west of Salt Lake, and there isn't a single bathroom on. There isn't a single place to stop the whole drive. But we filmed there for about 2.5 weeks. Then we filmed in Namibia and Africa for about maybe 2.5 weeks.
Wow,
Yeah.
Namibia?
Yeah, Namibia. That was pretty cool.
That sounds far.
I mean, yeah, it was really far. I mean, it took us a long time to get there. And our friend John Daly, he was there as well, and he and I stayed after filming for about an extra week to go to the national park in South Africa to see a bunch of animals and stuff. That was fucking cool as hell. That was like the greatest thing I've ever done, I feel like.
What did you see?
We saw everything. We were only there for 3 days.
Okay, you saw everything. Let me think.
I mean, we saw like all the
saw-
things. We saw leopards, hyena, hippo, elephants, elephants,
Giraffe?
tons of giraffes, tons of elephants, wildebeest. We saw a honey badger. We saw a bunch of these weird cats called like a Serval, I think. Saw some pretty, yeah. I mean, we got really lucky in a way that I can't believe how lucky we got. It was cool, but the flight back, holy shit, man, that was nuts.
What's the flight like going out there?
To the park itself?
Or, just to Namibia, I guess. How
I
far is
mean-
Namibia from the park you went to? Is that a whole nother flight?
It's what we after we were done filming, we flew back to Johannesburg and stayed there for a night, and then we took a flight the next day to Kruger Park. But yeah, to get to Namibia, you have to take like a private plane essentially, or a charter plane, because Namibia is like this weird country. Technically, it used to be part of South Africa, so Namibia, in some sense, is still sort of a ward of South Africa. I'm not sure how to. I'm probably saying something wrong here, but
Isn't that where they shot like Star Wars and stuff back in the day?
they shot Mad Max there? I don't know about Star Wars. I know they shot Mad Max there for sure.
Huh.
The first one, like not the first new one.
Is that the first time you've been there? Or were you there for something else too?
I went to South Africa, went to Cape Town about in 2018 for a different movie,
Right.
but I've never been to Namibia. I don't know I don't know why I would ever go back to Namibia.
How do you fly there?
You fly to South Africa. So we flew I flew from New York because I was in New York at the time. So I flew from New York to, I think, straight to Johannesburg, maybe, or maybe.
Really? New York to Johannesburg is a straight shot?
God, maybe I'm getting this wrong. I think it was a straight shot, and then we flew back. We flew from Joburg to Paris, and then Paris to LA. I think it may have been a straight shot from New York to Joburg. Yeah, I mean, it's a fucking crazy long flight.
When you work on a big show like that, do you like have rehearsals?
Oh, not really. No, we didn't have any. We have a couple technical rehearsals like before on the 20 minutes before the shot, maybe like an hour because they're still setting up some technical stuff. But we didn't have really any rehearsals at all. Actually, no, that's not true. We did have a big rehearsal for the last big shoot. That was because it was so technical and it was all this
Choreographed.
moving. Yeah, we didn't have much time to shoot it because the budget didn't allow for much time. So we had to shoot all this stuff in one day that probably would have taken normally about 2 days at least. So we had to make sure everything was like kind of dialed in. And yeah, we had rehearsals for that, but that was more just for the blocking and everything to make sure everything worked because the space was, because it's like a limited space and it has to work with everything, all the lines of the angles and stuff, I guess you could say. Yeah, not much rehearsal though.
So when you show up, you just are supposed to
Right.
have all your lines just dialed in.
Yeah, I rehearsed a lot for that stuff. I really like, because that's how Jonah does it. He's very like he doesn't do a lot of takes, which is kind of nice in a way. I think it's. I mean, I don't know.
Who's Jonah?
I think Jonah Nolan, Jonathan Nolan.
You called John Nolan Jonah?
Everyone calls him Jonah.
Well,
I mean, like, I'm serious. Like, that's how I never heard the word Jonathan, I think, the whole time. I don't know if I'm not being like presumptuous or anything to call him Jonah, but yeah, Jonathan Nolan, he likes to work pretty fast. So yeah, you had to be really prepared, and it's kind of nerve wracking because you got these fucking film cameras rolling. But I don't know.
film, like
Yeah,
shooting on
literal.
film.
Yeah, we shot it all on film.
Wow. Yes, Brent.
Are you not allowed to say or not if next season you're going to be in it and you're going to have makeup on to look like that other character?
I'm not allowed to say because I don't even know. I truly don't know. I don't think they know yet, even.
I guess then do you think that you're gonna if you come back, are you
Yeah.
gonna have makeup on? Are you gonna be having to look like a ghoul?
I truly don't know. I really don't.
Mhm.
And it's.
What do you
I
think,
actually-
though? What do you think?
Oh, I think there'll probably be some sort of change, because it's been teed up that something's going to happen to that character, like in terms of like transformation, like physical transformation. So I gotta think that.
Okay, so you do think that you will have a different look physically,
I hope so. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. I think that's what all the fans would like to see.
but are you gonna be? It's gonna be a lot of work getting into makeup every day, right?
I mean, maybe not. Honestly, I truly don't know because it might be something that I know the thing because I've seen a lot of the comments and stuff, mainly just on TikTok and stuff. 'Cause I don't see comments otherwise, but I see like once in a while I'll see one that's got like a lot of likes on it, and people want to see the process, which makes sense to me. I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting too, is to see because it's teed up that Thaddeus turns into a ghoul, and people want to see the ghoulification process happen. So I mean, I'm like, oh, that would be really interesting to watch it progress as opposed to just like a switch being flipped.
yeah,
I think it'd be interesting to watch it happen. But who knows if that? I mean, there's so many things I don't know. Actually, I really like not knowing it because I feel like if I knew, either have to lie to you or have to say like I do know, but I can't say.
yeah.
And I'd rather just not know because it's kind of
Right.
like, I mean, any way that it happens, I will be really interested and excited about because I think there's no version of it that isn't at least very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, do you like working with Jonah?
Yeah, I think I like everyone a lot in the show. I really do. They're all like very. I mean, yeah, it's true. It just was very good environment. Everyone's really very talented. I feel like
How's
I'm
how's the
very
boom
special.
operator?
The boom. I'm trying to remember. I mean, I had some real great boom ops there. Yeah, God, I'm trying to remember now. I think there's a couple different ones. That's the problem is there was a couple different units. So sometimes it's like you don't know which unit you're on because it's like a whole different crew. It was a big production.
Was there
in
any like
terms of-
random crew members that you like buddied up with?
There's a couple of them that we also. A lot of us used to hang out, in New York and stuff. And I'm trying to think here. I don't know. It's not specifically no, but I got along with everyone pretty well, pretty good.
It'd be cool if there was like a real shy boom operator that had a super long pole that was like 50 yards long.
Like 100 yards long.
So
It's
he
like
could
a
be like
fucking-
really far away
Yeah,
and it's just like arcing like half a football field into like where he's got to be.
he's in the zone, far away.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Jeremy Davies, just super like, hi, how are you? I noticed your speaking voice is really good. I'm a big fan of voices.
What was the craft service like?
Craft service was God, man, I can't remember. I don't know. It wasn't anything special that I remember. I remember God, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't remember.
I'm
honestly.
just trying to find out about, some different kind of things that
I'm trying to think because a lot
Yeah.
of stuff I just can't remember. It's been so long that my brain is kind of like
well, how
It's
long ago
forgotten.
how long ago did you shoot that?
we started in July of 2022 and finished in February of 23. So it's been a little while.
Were you cranking on it that whole time?
I was in and out. I mean, there was times where I was not doing anything for a couple weeks. I was just living in New York, in a hotel or maybe in an Airbnb sometimes. And we had a whole month off in there, where an entire month off. Right after we got back from Namibia, we took a month off. And otherwise, yeah.
I want to know what you do. I want to know what you do when you have these like when you're living in New York, it's not your, you live in LA. So if you're staying at a hotel and you got downtime, what do? You
I
go to
did a lot
Joe's
of
Pizza?
ate a lot of pizza. I went to a lot of really good restaurants. I definitely did a lot of comedy shows at the Stand and just other places, any place that would have me do sets, you know. That was kind of nice to do comedy in New York, but also, you know, it's one of those things where I couldn't get like super into comedy because it's like a thing where, you know, it's like a different lifestyle kind of. You're like a night guy versus a day guy, and I feel like if you do stand up, you really want to be in it. It's like a lot of partying, and for me, it's I know it's like drinking and stuff, and I was trying not to drink it all, just stay fit and sober and clean and clear. But I did a lot of comedy. That was fun. I would hang out with different comedians I knew there. And I would do a lot of, I would play Rocket League on my Xbox and listen to music while doing that a lot. Yeah.
Did your wife come out at all and stay with you?
She came out a couple times. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice. She likes it there. I mean, she likes it because it's, you know, the food's good. That's all she likes about it, really. Not a big New York fan though, otherwise. I like New York a lot, but also I realized that like New York is like for younger people, I think.
Tell that to Woody Allen.
Yeah, that's why he's there, because all the young people.
Tell that to De Niro.
Yeah, I think some people, they're okay, but because they're like so set in their ways in New York that it's sort of like, you know, it becomes for them a chill place. But it's something about, for me, I think it's a young person's place because there's so much fun stuff to do. There's so much like going out all the time. There's so much of that it's exhausting. And I feel like, I don't know, it's kind of rhythm where as someone who is over 40, I'm like, oh man, you know what? This is just, I don't want to drink that much, or I don't want to stay out. I want to go home before I do a second thing. And a lot of times the New York is like, you don't go home, you just stay out. You go to this place, you have dinner here. After work, you go to have dinner and drinks. And then after that, you go do something else. And then you go see a movie. People are always like on the move. You know what I mean?
It's the rhythm of the night.
It's the rhythm. It's the rhythm of the night. I can't sing.
And you're a day person.
I was kind of in day mood at that during production. Yeah, when I'm in production with something, I'm trying to stay like, you know, I'm trying to stay in the thing.
Early call times.
Yeah, or just trying to be like not New York guy. But you know, we used to go to it was during football season, so a lot of us would meet up at this bar in Midtown. I would force everyone to go to this bar in Midtown called Pat O'Brien's, I think, or some shit like that, because that was the Vikings bar in New York. So we'd watch the Vikings lose at this bar in Midtown. That was fun.
So you did become pretty close friends with some of these other cast members?
Yeah, for sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like everyone a lot. Also, the main stunt guy, Adam Shippey, who's the guy who was the inside the suit. We would hang out a lot too. He's a cool guy.
Now, Johnny, would you consider yourself a comedian that does acting, or a gardener that likes trucks?
I would say more of a gardener that likes trucks. I don't know, man. That's like a weird thing to think about. I always feel like it bothers me because it's one of those things where if you're around comedians, they're like, oh, you're not a real comedian. If you're around actors, you're not a real actor. Because a lot of stuff the actors do, they annoy the fucking living shit out of me, you know, because it's like actors are so, you know what I mean? It's like that thing where they're so honest and so earnest.
Yeah.
You can make a joke about something and they're like, oh, that's such a mean thing to say. I'm like, I'm kidding. I'm kidding here.
Yeah.
You know?
What's an example?
So it sounds like you're more of a comedian then.
I think so.
Fit
Yeah.
in with comedians.
Yeah, but everyone likes comedians the most because
I think
Johnny's most fun people.
Also, Johnny's friends are mostly comedians.
Yeah,
you know? They're not, you know.
Well,
yeah.
That's why I framed the question like that, because it's a dumb question. I wouldn't want to ask anyone to ask me because, you know, I'm a multi-hyphenate person. You know, my main thing I do is podcasting, and I never really even wanted to be a podcaster. I just sort of.
But you're like a true multimedia. You've always been like the person who is like, you know, media multi guy. You like the guy who can do the things that, like, how is this even possible? It's like, oh, this is how you do it because you know how to do that thing. But there's also people who are just like nuts and bolts. All they do is I'm a stand-up guy. I'm on the road all the time. I'm 3 weekends of the month. I'm on the road. I'm doing shows. That's like a totally different. That's like I feel like it's like a spectrum, like a Venn diagram, and some people are just more in one camp than the other. And I guess I'm a lot in acting camp, even though I like comedy a lot.
Do you make more money doing acting than comedy, or what?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I mean,
acting in general pays more than comedy anyway. I guess.
Unless you're
unless
someone
you're
who
like
makes-
unless you're
unless you're making a lot of
really
money with-
really huge, Yeah.
And I feel like it's one of those things where if you make whatever you make the most money in, that is the thing that you have to be beholden to. So if you make a ton of money doing comedy, you have to do comedy. If someone's like, "Hey, will you be in this movie?" You're going to be like, "Well, I don't really have time to do that thing because I do this thing that is my main thing." Or if you do a movie, it's like a thing where you're not exactly going to be able to slip into that as well as other people, because there's just like, it's like a different part of the brain, There's obviously people out there who do it all, but I think some of those people are kind of unhappy because it's just, they're so busy that how can you enjoy it being like incredibly busy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen that. Where you mean like people that are just like they take they're getting a lot of offers and they're just taking it all and they're like
Like Kevin Hart, right? Like Kevin Hart, it works more than 5 people. I don't know how he could possibly. I mean, maybe he does. Maybe he enjoys that.
maybe he's running away from something and that's
Yeah,
his
maybe.
way of,
Maybe,
or
but
maybe
either way,
maybe he's got clones and doubles out there.
I think if anyone's got a clone, it would be Khar.
Maybe because he's a small guy, he needs to compensate and act like multiple men to to feel like he's more than small.
I think that's probably everything we've said is probably incorporated into the final answer. Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it, but it's like, I'm like, wow, how do you do that, man? How could you possibly do that? But that's, I think some people just like that. I like being pretty damn busy though, but not like that.
Johnny, if you could be in any TV show,
Right?
even if you have a time machine, which one would it be?
Maybe Generation Kill.
What's that?
It's a show on HBO, came out a while ago. It's like Alexander Skarsgård, a bunch of other character actors and stuff. It's about I think it's the first or the second Iraq War. It's really cool.
It's good.
Fucking cool. Yeah, I mean, it's not really I guess it's a TV show.
Yeah, we could
But
count
I think
that.
I think it's great though. It's so funny and so like intense and very like realistic and very dark, super dark.
You're a military guy in this
Yeah.
show, Fallout, and
Yeah.
but you're not really a military type of guy,
No.
in your real life. So, did you have to do any kind of training for that? Did you have to?
No.
Did they want you to work out or anything, or be more active?
No, because I'm not like if you're not like a lead guy, they don't expect that of you. If you're a character actor, they're like, it's okay if you look kind of weird. You're not going to look, there's no way in hell I'm ever going to look as attractive as a leading guy because it's just my body shape is not like.
Well, I'm not even talking
proportional.
about attractiveness, but I'm just talking about
No, I mean like
being
physical attractive.
being military looking.
Right. They don't have like
Yeah.
consultants on set. being
No,
like-
because this is the future. This is fantasy. It's 300 years in the future. It's not like an actual military organization that exists. And also, this is like a bunch of ragtag people who've been irradiated who live on the surface of this fucking melted ass Fallout world.
Well, maybe
So-
they got some sci-fi writer who writes about the future to come and consult.
But they do have that, and it's the games. It's the games that it's based on. I think the games those guys are not exactly like the most. Maybe they have military ethos, but as far as like looking like current and modern military people, they don't look like that.
Now, would you consider yourself a Fallout boy?
Yeah, I would. I would consider myself that. I would consider that.
Forgot what I was
Are-
going to ask.
Are you older than most of your castmates?
Always. I think so. I don't know.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
I mean, not most of them, but just like. Well,
are they
you know
all
how
kind of thinking, "Wait, say what? You're
I'm
old."
old. I'm older than
Are
the
they always
ones.
surprised about you?
I'm older than the ones who are younger than me, and I'm younger than the ones who are older than me.
The ones who are younger than you, are they surprised?
I don't know. I don't care, man.
Well,
I don't even know. I don't
yeah,
think so.
Johnny,
Maybe.
you've always, or not always, many times you've gotten a role where you're
Right.
playing like,
Like,
a younger, like a high schooler, but
Right.
you're way above high school age, and
I guess not that
so,
much
but
above.
nowadays you're looking like a full grown man,
Thank you. I think that's what I'm doing now.
and that's
I mean,
great.
I did this movie.
I'm happy for
I did,
you with that.
I did Butt Boy, Tyler Cornack's movie. His new movie, Mermaid. We did that in September.
Wait, did you do Butt Boy?
No, I didn't do Butt Boy. I'm saying that Tyler Cornack, the director of Butt Boy, we did a movie together. His new movie, it's going to be coming out probably, who knows when at this point, but probably like, this later this year.
Well,
But,
I was just clarifying because I saw
Yeah.
Butt Boy and Tyler was on the
I re-
Poundcast.
that's why I'm bringing it up, because I know you guys
and
are
I was
butt
like,
fans.
wait, you were in that movie? I saw it. I don't remember.
Not Butt Boy, his new movie,
New
Mermaid.
movie. What's it called?
Mermaid.
Ass Man?
It's called Mermaid. Yeah.
it's
Brett.
it's kind of a play on Splash, kind of, right?
Yeah, it's a play on Splash, essentially. And I play a character in that who's not, he's not like a young guy.
You're the
Hey.
Tom Hanks kind of character in it.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, the Tom Hanks of it.
Just out of curiosity, did you have to do nudity in that movie?
A little bit, but not dick and balls.
And no
Just-
dick.
Just
and
shirt
balls.
off. Just shirt off.
Uh-huh.
But it wasn't like,
Did you have to
know.
be in any sexual scenes?
no.
Mhm.
Now, just reminds me of something that's not related, but Slash?
Yeah, the guitarist.
Yeah, somebody called him Splash on accident.
Do you love
It
it?
was like the funniest thing ever.
Splash.
So I'm thinking like, some of these lead guitar guys, they're such like cartoon characters like Slash, and you got like Buckethead and
Edge. The Edge.
yeah, the Edge and
Uh-huh.
who else do you got? You got some other ones.
Jeff Buckley.
Not quite a cartoon character,
I
but
know. That's why I was saying that as a joke. That was a joke.
like I don't know, Eddie Van Halen back in the day
Yeah.
was like a total, character. It'd be cool
Yeah.
to be a guitar player called Splash,
It would be cool.
and you're just like you're all wet, you just have really long hair, but it's like over your face, like
And you got a
soaked.
sprinkler system attached to your head, so
you're,
it keeps
you're
you
in front of a
constantly wet.
sprinkler, one of these things, like next to you have like waterproof
Splash.
pedals and stuff.
What about
Splash.
and you play in a band called The Fish?
Are you playing Fish?
No, The Fish.
The Fish. What about
Would
Guns
you-
and Hoses?
Oh, Guns and Hoses.
Oh, Guns and Hoses.
Or how about
Guns and
runs and hoses?
Runs
Because
and
water
hoses.
runs.
I'm thinking more runs. That's more like doo-doo stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
but water runs. A river
It does.
runs.
A river runs through it.
Huh.
There was this old joke that a guy who was a lot older than me, who was like my neighbor growing up, I thought was the coolest guy ever. I one time heard him say this joke, and I was like probably 10 or 12 years old. Someone asked him if he saw the river runs through it. And he said, no, but I saw the bridge that goes over it. It's like, oh man, it's such a good joke. I used to tell people that joke. Yeah, the bridge that goes over it.
Well, you could say, "Oh, I know, but I saw the bridges." I mean, that's funny, but you could also
Yeah.
say, "I saw the bridges over Madison County."
Yeah, you can literally say you did see them in life. You can say, I went and saw those bridges.
You can also say, "I saw that a river runs through the city." If that's what you mean by it,
Yeah.
there is a river.
I saw it, and it is a river of clowns down in the sewer rivers.
Would you do nudity in a movie?
What kind of nudity? Like
Penis?
butt?
Peanut,
Wait,
butt, yeah,
wait.
butt.
I would do butt for sure. I
Really?
don't know about peen though. I don't know if I'm a peen guy.
Would you wear a prosthetic penis in a movie?
Like is it like what for? Like what would it be for?
I
What's
don't
the
know.
Context.
It's a scene where you are fully shown, and you have to show your penis, but they give you a prosthetic penis to show.
No, I would show my real.
Okay, well, what if it was the penis a special attribute that you don't have on your real penis?
I've never heard someone say attribute instead of attribute.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Attribute. That's how you say it.
attribute.
Attribute.
I don't know.
Wow.
Maybe.
Because you say attribution.
Attribute is
or,
more of a verb, and attribute is a noun, right?
Is that
I
right?
don't know.
Oh,
It's the same
attribute.
word.
Maybe you're right. It is. Maybe
Like,
attribute is
what do you
more the verb.
attribute to your success, or
Yeah. Right. And attribute,
Wow,
I guess, is
that's
more of a noun.
interesting.
Yeah, I guess that's true, isn't
But
it?
it's
I
the
never thought
same
of that.
exact word.
But you're right, though. The stressing of it does kind of
Wow.
change its, what do you call it? I don't know what noun versus verb is. What are those called?
Adjective.
No,
Oh.
what are they called? What are those called? Those categories?
A gerund.
Is that what they're called?
is there
I
a
would
word
say-
for the categories of words? I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
Let's
Yeah.
I don't
Is
know
there
if
a
there
word
is.
for the categories of words?
I don't know. I
Let's
don't think
get-
there is.
To the point. Let's attribute another joint because you don't.
I can look it up.
You don't attribute how I feel.
You know what? My chocolatier's pronouns are
Chocolatiers. Say them.
her, she.
Oh. 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 Hi, I'm Breathy McBrotherson.
Did you?
We're talking about ASMR today. Would you like to jump into our special class and watch as I eat a beef stick online?
Did you make that up just now, Doug?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's had that in his back pocket. But guess what? It's melted back there.
Sometimes I'll just drop a joke in that's, The other day I woke up with this fully formed joke.
Mm.
Does that ever happen to you? It's like almost like I dreamed about a joke and I
Oh,
woke up with it.
I have tons of DJs.
It's a nasty joke though. It's like
Say
I
it.
was gonna do it for Dark Pound, but it's almost like too hardcore for Dark Pound. I could see people being offended by it.
Go ahead.
Dog pound.
I ain't gonna tell you.
Is it a racial joke?
Well, it can be. Yeah, I mean, it could be misconstrued, but it's as all my jokes are. It's just supposed to be like absurd, like
Yeah,
a
you should
word
probably
play.
hold on to that
It's a
one.
word play.
Probably hold on to that one.
A word play joke.
Hold on to it. Save it for
Maybe when we go unzipped, I'll tell you.
Mhm.
Montreal callbacks.
I'm going
It
to
was-
Montreal
When?
like this week.
What are you, like a fucking travel machine?
I'm a travel machine lately.
Like-
Yeah,
God.
got to go back.
I'm going to North Carolina next week.
See, you're usually the travel machine. and
Yeah.
you're going to Namibia, bro.
I'll be in New York City on July 21st doing my solo show, Minnesota Reggae Colostomy Bag, for the first time ever in New York City. You got to see it.
Where?
The Soho Playhouse. Great theater.
Heck yeah.
It's in Manhattan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's Manhattan.
People are living in Manhattan now, and now it's not all
are?
about Brooklyn,
Brooklyn,
anymore,
yeah.
right?
Because Brooklyn's like, if you're living in Brooklyn, you might as well live in Manhattan.
Hmm.
I lived
Um,
up right by the Brooklyn Bridge for a while. It was nice. Very nice. Very nice.
How long?
Probably a couple months, 2 months maybe.
I lived in the West Village for 1 month.
God, I want to go back to New York. I kind of don't, though. I want to go to London instead. I'd rather go to London.
I was just there.
Oh my God, you've been everywhere.
I love London.
What did you eat there? You
I
still
had
vegan?
I had a full day off there.
You still vegan?
I try.
Fucking bullshit.
What's that mean?
Well, if I'm going to the grocery store and it's all up to me, I'm buying all vegan stuff.
But what about you're in London? What are you gonna have there in London? You gonna have some nice curry, some chicken curry?
Well, yeah, there's great Indian food everywhere.
Oh yeah, but the meat is the good part.
Oh, did you eat any meat on the tour in Europe?
I didn't eat any meat. No,
Just
What about
cheese.
fish?
You had
I
cheese.
took a bite of some fish once.
I took a bite.
Hmm.
You know what I gotta say to this? Fuck that. Fuck that.
Why
bro.
should
You
I
look-
eat? Why should I eat more?
You shouldn't. You look great, Doug. You look great. You look healthy. How's your energy level?
I'm great, dude. My energy levels are great. I've been skating. I just played tennis this morning.
I did an hour-long hike today,
Yeah.
but I could use more energy. I always want more energy. I'm an energy
Who do you hike
guy.
with?
Solo, usually.
Oh,
solo.
really? You just walk
Some-
around?
Sometimes I do with some friends, some non-industry friends.
You should hit me up next time. Well, I'm be gone for another month, but
You got another month, really?
Another month?
pretty much. I mean, most of June. I mean, now what is it? June 4th today, so it's not a whole month, but
I'll be back in July. We should do.
yeah,
We'll
I'm
hook it
I'm
up in
back
July.
in July, pretty solid.
Yeah, I'll see you in July. Well, maybe I'll see you on office hours then.
Yes, looking forward to that.
We're waiting for a time, where you're in session because I can't do without you.
What are you gonna do this summer? Are you working, or you got any fun
No,
camping
no.
plans?
I'm going to North Carolina with Duncan for about a week to do some shows, and then I think Britt and I are going to do a little vacation into June, undisclosed vacation, probably
Mhm.
someplace that's just away from here.
Another country?
No.
What do you
No,
look
not-
for in a vacation?
Me, I look for botanical kind of stuff that's interesting to see, like be around, like a sort of like environment, I guess you could say.
Nature.
Yeah, nature. I definitely have a lot of bucket list vacations that I haven't begun to plan them yet though, but I really want to do a trip to some weird places. I want to go to this island called Socotra. I'll probably never get to go there down now because it's so close to some dangerous countries.
What is
I
that?
was thinking, it's like in the Gulf. It's in the Gulf. What is it? It's a tiny little island off the coast of Egypt. I think it you have to go through Egypt to get there. I think it's a little bit of a pain in the ass to get there now. I thought that'd be cool as hell. I thought it'd be
Yeah.
cool to go to this place called Ile de Pen. It's this place in French Polynesia, where like these pine trees are from. It's in New Caledonia. I thought that'd be kind of cool to go there.
Yeah, sometimes I look on Google Earth or the maps and I
Yeah.
zoom in and I'm like, look at that island. Like, what's going on there? Let's
I
go.
want to go back to Japan, man. I want to go back. Went to Japan once, and I was like, "This is the great." Japan is truly just like, man, what a fucking cool place. It's just like so great.
Is that your favorite country you've ever been to?
I would say it's up there with Australia. I like South Africa a lot. I love South Africa. I gotta say, I really do. Love that place.
You didn't think it was dangerous or anything?
Because it's not. It can be, but it's all about like where you are and just how you conduct yourself, I guess you could say. I would go back. I would like to go back to the nature parks again just to see. But it's so far away, It's like one of those things where, do you want to spend that much time traveling?
No.
It's just such a long distance, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. It's such a long trip when there's so many places that are cool that aren't that far away.
Yeah. I've been doing these long haul flights. I mean, we flew, nonstop to Amsterdam, back and forth, and the way back wasn't that big of a deal.
It's not that bad. You get
Just
the
kinda
lie down
like-
seats, lie downs.
What's that?
You get the lay down flat seats, of course, right?
No.
Oh, what? You gotta get lie down flats.
I'm flying coach.
Oh, you gotta not fly coach.
Well,
Flights
I
are-
have to be in a Jonah movie.
No, well that's
Oh,
that's
you
not-
you get the lie downs?
Yeah, I mean you get business class if the
Yeah,
lie
if
down's
you're
available.
if you're they're flying you off for a movie, they're giving you business class.
Oh
They have
man,
to.
I
They
would
have
love
to.
to get. I would love to get a
It's
lie
part
down.
of the
I,
SAG-AFTRA deal, right? You have to get
It's
like
been that way for years. It's been that way for a long time.
I would love to get a lie down.
You should get one, Brent.
Man, it would be
Splurge.
so good to just be able to lay down and sleep on the plane for once.
It's the first time I had one was by surprise. It was probably like 10 years ago. I was flying to Atlanta for a job, and it was like, oh my god, what? I was almost so excited I couldn't enjoy it. So I was like, this is so fucking cool, man.
Gosh, to be able to lay down on a
Mhm.
flight, that would be the dream.
I want those first class because you get the business and then you got those ones that are like
Way up
beyond the
there.
curtain up in the front.
I don't want that. That's too much.
That's
Honestly, I think
I'll
it's too
take it.
much.
I want that.
I had it one time. I had it on Emirates flying back from South Africa. Was it Emirates? I think maybe it was something like that. And I got to see. I had a little cabin all to myself.
Mhm.
Ooh, that was fucking cool, man. For like a 10-hour flight.
Flights are a lot faster these days because you get those movies. You can just watch movies all
Yeah.
day.
I watched a whole season of a TV show on one flight. A whole season.
Yeah, that's why flights can go by a lot faster. I don't know. I remember just taking transportation in the past, flying and trains and stuff, and just sort of sitting there. Sometimes I'd have a book, but sometimes I'd just be sitting there,
Yeah,
and you're not doing anything. You're just sitting.
dude.
Remember those days when you sit?
I remember those days, but you have to strike up a conversation. You got to talk to
Yeah.
somebody.
You talk to people. That could happen, but sometimes it doesn't happen. You're just sitting there,
Or you drink alcohol to the point where you're just like, oh, I'm drunk. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm done. I'm done drinking on planes. I'm done. No mas.
Why that?
Because I realize it makes you feel so much better if you don't drink on the airplane. It's like a thing. It's like I feel like I unlocked a secret. If you don't drink when you're flying, you feel so much better. But everybody drink. People who never drink are like, I guess I'll have a couple drinks on the plane because it's free. It's like, oh wow, something that costs $20 is now free, and you're gonna take advantage of it, and you're gonna feel like shit because of it. Such a funny thing. Like I did it for years and years. I would never not drink while flying. Like, oh yeah, can't wait to get on that plane and just keep ordering drinks.
Yeah, me
you
too.
land and you
But
feel
it
like
was
shit.
I only did it because I was nervous about flying.
Oh,
But
you were okay.
I haven't. I mean, I went to Australia. Every city was a flight and back.
Yeah.
No drinks. I went.
But please tell me you
the
had
whole
some beers
Europe,
in Australia, right?
The whole
Yes?
Europe thing. There was tons of flights between each city,
Right.
country. I didn't drink at all.
Did
on
you
the
have some
plane.
beers in Australia though?
Did I? I had one night. I had some beers.
You have some Cooper's Pale.
VB.
Oh, VB is okay, but Cooper's
No,
Pale.
I don't
is
know what I
better,
had.
baby. Cooper's
I don't know.
Pale.
I think I had it one night. I had a couple.
God, I could drink that stuff. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Huh.
I think I'm sober now.
I'm sober now, except when I'm in international waters or.
I don't want to be sober, but I think I am. It sucks.
Dude, it's awesome.
No, it's not.
That's how you get
It's-
your energy. You want more energy? Don't be drinking.
I haven't had a drink in over a week.
Takes a month.
It does take a month, doesn't it?
No, I
It does,
don't
really
know.
does.
I
I
don't
think,
know.
no, I've heard that. I heard that's true. I did
Good.
3.5 weeks once. I was like, I feel fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll go back to
I
it.
forgot what I was gonna say. I had something queued up.
So what was it about shitting?
Oh, this. This is just a random thought, but this phrase, "When life gives you lemons, make lemonade."
Right.
Like that's saying that, like when you get lemons, that sucks.
I guess so.
But lemons are awesome.
Yeah, but lemons are sour.
I think that's the idea. The implication is, sour is a negative thing.
I literally just got fucking little salivic juice input just now from thinking about the sourness of a lemon. I just got like little, like, that little thing you get
See?
like that.
That's
got like
exactly my point.
Hits you here, hits you here, hits you here, hits
Those
you here,
little
hits you here.
those jets started
Yeah,
going.
the jets.
Those jets. Well, that's my point. Lemons are delicious. Sour doesn't mean bad.
It does. Traditionally, it does.
So that phrase needs to be changed.
You can say, oh, the mood just soured in here. Why? Doug showed up.
Yeah,
And
or
Doug won't have
that
a
guy,
beer.
He's a bit of a sourpuss or something,
Or
or
a sourpuss.
he's got a sour look on his face. You
Ooh,
know,
this beer is sour.
I'm just saying, like, guys, work with me on this bit. Okay?
How about this? Oh, man, that was a sweet skate trick you just did. Oh, what time is the movie starting? Right now? That's sweet. They wouldn't say, oh, that was a sour trick you did.
Well, you're changing the subject. It's like you're
No,
making
I'm
a
just-
straw man. You're making a straw man
That's
argument.
not
about
straw
my-
man. That's colloquialism
No,
and how it works.
I'm not saying sweet is not a good thing, and the word sweet doesn't mean anything.
But sweet's the
Okay.
opposite of sour. Oh, what about?
I'm
ooh,
talking about lemons.
What about sweet and sour?
If life gave you lemons, you'd be like, I'm gonna slice these up and put it in my water. I could clean my windows with them.
Yeah.
It's
You
not
could
all
say-
about eat. It's not all about eat.
You
Or you
clean
can
your
also-
windows?
yeah,
It's not
you
all-
could-
you don't have to eat the lemons. Okay.
Right. You could also say, "I'm going to make lemonade with these." Oh,
No.
cool.
Yeah.
No, okay.
The
So you,
flavor-
you,
So like
you're
the phrase,
proposing
I propose
Yeah.
to take something that really does. There's
stuff
nothing
like
good about it.
diarrhea. Like
I
when life gives you
propose a
diarrhea,
toast.
make
There we go. See, now I'm talking about.
what? Who? Me or him?
You, Brent. I didn't hear
Okay,
what Johnny said.
when
But
life
here's the thing.
when life gives you diarrhea,
Make lemons.
make lemonade.
Make transgressive art. You know,
That's funny.
See, there
make
we go.
abstract.
Finally, okay, with you
Make
naysayers.
abstract art.
Make abstract art.
When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade because that's just one of the uses of lemons, like you were saying, that it's a good thing when life gives you lemons.
Yeah.
So you do something with the lemons, the
It's
same as you
implying
would.
that it's bad when you get lemons. That's my thesis.
Yeah.
When life gives you jock itch, make a new cool dance move
Yeah.
or something
See?
like that.
There we go.
Make a new sort of Elvis Presley inspired dance move. I don't know.
I had this one joke that was, when life gives you Eskils, make Escalade.
That's not. I don't get that.
What is Escals?
An Escalade is,
It's a car.
yeah.
No, what's an Escal though?
Well, exactly. Don't you guys understand absurd humor?
I don't get. I don't.
No, because Eskils is not a thing. It's just,
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
oh my
okay.
God. You of all people should like it.
Who?
When life gives you I got nothing.
Well,
I
think
got
of something bad. When life gives you death.
when
How
life
about when
gives
life
you
gives you death?
when life gives you parsnips, find someone from the Eastern Bloc to give them to, and they would love them.
Yeah. See?
Actually, that's the thing is because I hate onions. So when life gives you onions, well, when life gives me onions, make
Onionade.
Make yourself
Onion.
cry.
Do you hate onions in all forms or just like raw
all
onions?
forms, all oleums actually. So when you said you make chives,
Yeah.
or you have chives growing, all year round, I think to myself, hey,
Okay.
that's you right there.
But
That's
what
not
about
me.
like the flavor of onion? Obviously, there's things that have onions. They use them in like a broth or something like that. You're not
All of
actually
it.
eating the onion.
all of it, mate?
But that's like every food has an alum in it, pretty much. Almost all food has in it. Maybe not physically, but it's been cooked with it, and then they take the onion matter out.
Yeah, if I can. I mean, look, if it's not really noticeable to me, then
Yeah.
so be it. But and that I can get away with that a lot of times. But if it's noticeable, I'm not out.
Like a gumbo. Would you eat a gumbo?
Well, I don't really care for that anyway.
God, I'm so hungry. I can't
I
stop
don't
eating.
I don't really like. I don't eat shellfish. I don't like shellfish at all. To be
It's not
honest.
shellfish and gumbo necessarily. It's sausage chicken gumbo, which is my personal.
Oh, really?
favorite.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't for some reason, and maybe this sounds bad, but Louisiana cuisine, I just have never liked it. I've tried a lot of it. I've never really liked
It's okay.
Louisiana
It's okay
cuisine.
to be
I
wrong.
agree. I
It's
agree.
okay to
I
be
don't
wrong. Oh.
like those flavors.
You guys
Yeah,
are that's such dead wrong. You've had
For some
bad
reason, those-
food. You've had bad food.
I've had all of them. I've had muffalata. I've had po' boys and I've had,
Jambalaya, crayfish
all of it.
etouffee.
Jambalaya. I've had the gumbo. All of it.
Wow.
And I just don't. And I just don't. The flavoring of the
Flavor's
Louisiana
not for me. It's not
just
good.
don't care for it. I don't actually.
What do you
don't-
guys?
I
What
just
do you like then? What do you like?
Ooh, I like
Well, I like lots of stuff.
I like
mean.
Indian. I like
Indian.
Gumbo
like
is
Thai,
basically
I
a
like-
curry. Basically a curry.
I know,
I
but
like
it's
Indian,
certain
I
kind
like
of.
Thai. I like
like Thai.
Vietnamese food. I love Vietnamese
Okay.
food.
I like that. Yeah. Japanese. I like
Japanese food. Nice. Very
What about a
good.
Japanese
Mexican.
curry? How about a Japanese
Mexican,
curry?
Italian.
Japanese
much-
curry is not good. The brown stuff.
Oh, I
Oh, the
fucking
brown-
love that shit.
I don't love that as much. You know what? It's
See,
almost
this is it. This
the
is what we're-
Japanese
the best curry.
It's
Of all the
almost a little
curries-
bit like Louisiana cuisine.
Yes, it is, and I fucking love it. This is so funny, guys. Wow, we have a fundamental disagreement here, and we're realizing what it is. And
Well,
the
it's
stuff
just-
that I really like is the stuff you don't like. I also do like everything you guys also like. I have a broader palette. I'm more accepting of things. I basically am just a more cosmopolitan person with a wider palette, I guess is what we're getting.
I'll just say this: onions and garlic make me sick.
What about garlic used, and what about roasted garlic that's been incorporated into something where it's just like
Well,
part of it?
look, here's the thing about garlic. It's
Yeah.
different than onions for me in that I see the appeal of garlic, and I like.
Yeah.
I used to love garlic rolls when I was a
Oh,
kid.
so good.
I would love getting garlic rolls, and I did like garlic for a long time, but I started to realize it made me sick, and now I just have an association with garlic that
Okay.
it makes me feel sick. So I don't.
Well,
By association, I kind of don't like the taste now too.
you probably have a bit of an allergy to it because it does have
Maybe.
a chemical in it that I can't eat a lot of I can't eat any raw onions for the most part, and I can have like a little bit of garlic, but I like the flavor a lot, but I can't have it unless it's cooked.
When life gives you garlic, kill a vampire.
There you go.
Dude, be a good Samaritan and kill a vampire.
Actually,
Save the world.
they don't kill vampires. I think it just wards them off.
Doesn't it burn them a little bit though?
I don't know. I think it's a kind of it's something that's not real, so you kind of get to say what you want, right?
Oh, they're not
Hey,
real.
guys, can we wrap this up? Because
Okay,
I,
I'm
Yeah.
ready to wrap.
I still got to do a lot of packing, and I have
Yeah.
to leave at 5:45 in the morning tomorrow.
5.
Oh my God, you really are getting out of town, aren't you?
Both
Yes,
will leave
sir.
at 5.
That's cool,
Yes,
man.
sir.
We'll leave at 5 in the morning.
You really are.
In the morning.
On the fucking morning. Okay, I'm ready to wrap.
Hey, we're gonna keep talking. We got some more analogy or whatever. More sayings coming up probably.
Peter Piper.
Life
picked a
gives you
pack of
blank,
pickled-
make blank.
Mhm.
Check it out at
I'm
YouTube.
gonna look at the ingredients on some of these New Orleans dishes, and we're gonna break it down. Why is bad?
Mm. Mm.
It's just the flavor of all this stuff for some reason doesn't sit with me. But we're gonna do that. Check it out at patreon.com/poundcast. And hey, check out Fallout and check
Check it
out
out.
Johnny, plug anything else you'd like to.
Just go to johnnypemberton.dog. Check out my dates. I'll be in New York, Sacramento, San Francisco, Madison, Milwaukee, and Minneapolis.
Heck yeah, JohnnyPemberton.dog.
.dog. It's
like
for
that.
real. You think I'm
Real.
faking? Test it out, bitch.
But doesn't Jay Weingarten have .horse?
He might have that, yeah.
I don't know if he still has that.
Animal
that's-
Kingdom.
It's all about these animals now.
Great guy.
I saw
Um,
his play. I got to give Jay a shout out. He did a play at the Elysian, and it was really
When?
good. It was so
I
good.
wish I had seen it. Wish
What
he
do you mean by
invited me. When was
what do
this?
you mean? His play?
Yeah, when the fuck was this?
Yeah, he wrote a.
Shit.
Apparently, I think it was supposed to be a feature, but then he turned it into a play. And Jill O'Connell, I think that's her last name.
Hmm.
It's him and Jill, and Kyle Mizzono directed it, and she was in it for a little bit. It was very funny.
Well,
It's just 2 people in the play.
There's a third that's kind of comes in once.
Oh,
in a
I mean, and Kyle for a second.
Jay-
and
Just
there's
two,
people, there's other
just-
characters that are like, you just have. Hopefully he'll do it more, but there's other characters, but they kind of appear on a screen.
it's very cool. He should do it again. I would like
Yes.
to see that.
Okay, we'll see you all.
Okay. See you soon.
Bye.
Yeah.
Doug and Brent talking to each other. Doug and Brent, what will they talk about today? Doug and Brent are talking to some pimples. Doug and Brent will talk to their friends, and Doug and Brent talking on the Poundcast.